Mick, this way, Mick. Come on, ride him, cowboy. Yahoo! Come on. Look. Look. Now, steady. Fetch. Good boy, fetch. Yep. Good boy, good dog. Good old Mick. No visit. Forgotten, Mick, old fella. Best dogs in the world.
This doesn't make sense solar.
They go and tell her I mind, right? Now, giddy up. Giddy up, giddy up. Giddy up.
It's ridiculous.
Giddy up, giddy up. Hey!
Luanda, stop the drip. The drip! The alpha-neuropeptide 1042.
Kaya.
Overt activity has ceased, Professor.
We have so damnably little of the 1042 that we must always, always make absolutely sure that we gain the maximum value or use out of it. Now, what's going on up there at the moment is, to me, so distorted and out of any sort of norm I can accept. We're either feeding in too much 1042 or too little.
It began real enough.
But perhaps this is only...
And of course, just when we need Glazanov's biochemistry the most, he chooses to take the morning off. We're underfunded, understaffed, underdisciplined, under every fuckalo else. I'm sick of it.
Emma.
Sick of it, do you hear?
I'm sorry.
Emma.
What?
I've been thinking.
Well, I'm glad somebody around here has been doing something. Oh, Bugolo, I'm sorry. It's just that everything's been getting me down this morning. It's not simply the delayed shock from last night.
We actually made the breakfast news this morning. Well, at least on the orange juice hour. Which just goes to show the Rons must have been after somebody really...
Orange juice hour? Orange juice hour? And what vidfax was I getting, eh? Any fucking idea, juicehead?
Sorry, Professor.
There's that dear, sweet old shag hag, Martina Matilda Masden, popping up behind my toaster, all her teeth grinning at me, saying our contracts are being reduced from 18 months to 8. And our budget per month is cut by 15% with an absolute ceiling.
Well, maybe sly old Theodore is already out looking for a job.
Huh. The job we need is right here, right now. I thought if we could assemble enough material from our resurrected Lazarus, we might, just might, be able to make a pitch for continuation. Or at least hold the budget at its present level. But if all we're going to get is unreliable distortion and comic maladjustment...
But it may not be that.
What?
Luanda?
We cannot expect perfectly formed memory when so many of the brain cells are not tuned into our peptides, and so many more have still to be thought out.
No, but...
But even then, even if we could, surely we would expect to see some sort of duplication of what we get in our own memories. Aren't we sometimes... don't we sometimes place ourselves, as we are now, back into the unraveling of an old recollection? Don't we?
I'm not sure.
I can be as I am now when I dream of my childhood, for instance. Don't you, Blinter?
Oh, yes, Doctor. It's the only way I can thump the other kids.
Very funny. Well, yes, but that's not the same thing, is it? Dream, memory? Memory, dream?
But it's first cousin to it. My dreams are built from the things that happen to me in the waking world. And my memories can also adapt and shape the past. I can put myself in a better light than I actually was, for instance. I can build up an accidental slight from a former friend into a deliberate act of villainy from a now sworn enemy. My memory, Emma, is also a tool, an editor, a judge, a jury.
That's true. It's true. And there's something else. Now, we've done enough work on amnesia, haven't we? We know that we can block out entirely things that are too painful to remember. Right?
Right.
Well, that's what we might be seeing here. Daniel Field half letting in a real memory. A bad one, maybe. A shameful one, perhaps. We don't yet know. These distortions we're seeing, okay, they could just be that, a failure in our alpha-neuropeptide 1042 or wrong mix of it. Okay, yes. But it could just be that we are seeing the infinitely cunning operations of an infinitely complex mind actually at work.
All right. We'll risk more of our precious fluid.
Kaya, on the point.
Switch him on again.
Thank you, Doctor.
When do I get to do that?
Oh, shut up, girl.
You see? Look at the clothes. The memory is adjusting back to childhood. At base, it's real. It's true.
Oi. There, you're nothing like a fag when thou beest in a bad mood, our Mick. Makes so dizzy, mind. Ow. Do yourself think Chris will tell her I not being at chapel? Huh? Bet him all. Then I shall be in dead, bloody, buggering, bloody trouble. Got off class, eh, Mick? Oh, but Lord. Tuppence collection money. Not a rightney. I could buy me sunny stories at post office. Tuppence, yavney. That's the law, yavney, nowadays. I do know them. What's the matter? Who is it? Mick? I hope you have Miss Harris or one of they. Here, boy! Come here! Mick! Mick! Mickey! Come here! Rat boy! Rat boy! Mick!
Mickey! Mick!
Mickey!
Mick! Mickey! Bad boy! Thou's come here, you bugger! Come here! What's wrong, Mick? What's the matter, Opa? Where is Mickey? Mickey? Mick! What's happened, Bertie? Mick. Mick.
You came at me like a bleeding animal. What sort of bloody creature would do that then, eh? I had no chance, Sonny Jim. Christ! I thought he was a fucking tiger! Oops. What's your language, eh? There's no call to be scared, sonny Jim. You're a lad after my own heart. But dogs is dogs is dogs. If I told you half the bleeding trouble they caused me, well, you'd soon see. Aye! Stand still!
Leave her alone, will ya? Let me be. Please, mister. I'd be sorry about them dog.
You're a cheeky little bugger, aren't you?
Please, mister. Don't hurt Ireland.
What are you doing out here among all those bleeding trees, eh?
I'd be supposed to be in chapel, mister.
Chapel!
They'll come looking for you, that's for sure. I'll watch out. They'll catch them.
Catch me! Catch me! Out of a bloody job with that!
Please,
Please
mister.
what? Please, please, please! Christ, is that all you can bloody well say?
Sorry.
Sorry, please, please. What kind of bloody talk is that? How is you tractor? I'll give you something real nice to say please for. Real nice. I promise you. I'll keep your arms where they was.
Please, mister. No, mister, no.
You little bugger.
Please, mister. Please, mister.
What is it? Oh, my dear, whatever has happened?
It's cruel. It's so cruel.
What is?
What we do day after day after day. What it is we do. I can't take it. I can't stand it anymore.
Look, you need to calm down a minute. You don't want people to think you... Now, come in here. I've just had some good old-fashioned coffee with an old friend of mine. The real stuff, I mean. Not a trace of Angiola or whitener in it.
I don't know.
Entrance cleared.
Kaya, 10:05. Met by Theodore at door of Andrew Q. Milton, Director of Public Affairs. It looks as though Theodore had been in that office. He took her in.
That's it, my darling. Andrew, I'm afraid I have another customer and potential devotee of your extraordinary coffee.
Well, I suppose so. So long as it is one person at a time, Theodore.
This is Kaya. She works in the Lazarus laboratory with me. Biochemical research assistant.
And would be lackey, I presume, if dear old Emma has not changed overnight. Oh, I'm sorry. You must have your coffee straight away.
Kaya, I think, said what we do is cruel. It's beginning to scrape at her feelings and thoughts.
Oh, dear. What? In general?
No, This is very kind.
No.
It's just that this man's head, it's been frozen for nearly 400 years. And now we're slowly regenerating whole clusters of brain cells and billions of the neurons in the cerebral part of... I'm sorry, Doctor. You know far better than I do what we're doing. I'm not trying to criticize anyone personally, not at all, but these memories are starting to tumble out and... Excuse me.
Oh, you mean you're upset by the nature of the memories that you are seeing rather than by the process itself.
Pardon?
I mean, you don't mind the frozen head in itself so much as you care about the stories it's telling.
I care about both, sir. And I care very much.
I beg your pardon.
Well, my dear, I can see you are both a sensitive and a dignified young woman. And I would be very sorry indeed if any aspect of our work here were to disturb you to such obvious distress. Please, drink your coffee. It's the real thing, you know. But don't ask me how I managed to get hold of it. Nice?
Very. Yes. But it's rather strange. Sort of pure, yes. It gives you an elevation.
Ah, a woman of taste. Thank you.
Perhaps things in general have been preying on my nerves. I should have talked to someone about it, but...
But it never seems possible. I know, Fyodor. They'll be screaming for your head to be in the box if you don't return to your duties.
And I'll get dismissed for sure.
No, no. We'll invent some concoction of a tale that explains all.
You're in good hands, Kaya. I won't say I saw you. You won't say you saw me. Just relax here a while and listen to Andrew. He has even better things than real coffee on offer.
Brothers and sisters, children in Jesus, today has been a special day in our chapel because the band has marched through the street carrying our banner and come right into this little house of God to give musical thanks to
Daniel? Daniel? Dan! Give him some air.
Dan? What's up, Dan?
Danny?
Dan?
Danny? What happened?
What the? Fyodor!
A minute.
Repose.
What do you say, Fyodor?
You were perilously close to aborting the whole program, Emma. You're already a whole percentage point above the limits of this peptide window.
No.
Yes, and if it had gone on much longer, all of it wouldn't even be the floating corpuscle dots of minimum consciousness. Our man would be no more.
Of course, you are the specialist biochemist in cerebral circuits. And Luanda is more on the surgical and regenerative side. No, Luanda, you're not at fault. But there would have been no danger and no problem in the first place if you had been where you should have been. Here, doing your job. Where the hell have you been, Dr. Glasnov?
Well, you were out dining last night. Oh, and I hope enjoying yourselves. I made some important viz calls and video faxes.
What do you mean? Enjoying ourselves?
Well, you did, didn't you?
Being shot at and bombed. You've got a weird sense of humor, Fyodor.
You mean?
Yeah, we were at the Holly Tree, didn't you know? You chose wisely, my man.
I had no idea until this moment that you had gone to that restaurant. Holy Moser, you could so easily... Jesus! You could have been slaughtered.
I thought you knew where we were going. Food's good there.
If I'd known you were going there, I'd...
Well, Fyodor, the bloody Rons didn't attack during the first course, and didn't have to pay the bill.
Priority. President of Universal Total Entertainment, David Silks, seeks meet here, London, England, with Professor Emma Porlock of MSc Laboratories.
Me? With Silks? With UTE?
Maybe a new children's program, Emma.
UTE. Universal Total Entertainment? God Almighty, what have you done, Emma?
Universal total debasement. Universal total pollution.
Well, what on earth can such a creature want with poor, insignificant, withered-up little old me? Am I to be the booby prize in some horrible new game show?
Won't hurt to call.
And milk him for a grand meal at the very least.
It's like the old what's it? Tsar of all the Russias.
Genghis Khan's a better analogy.
Go on, then.
Shall I? Shall I reply?
Oh, yes, please. Hello, big bad
A1011.
Please say who you are and wait a few moments. We would be very grateful for your patience.
This is Professor Emma Porlock of MSc Cryonic Laboratory A in Kensington, London.
Professor Porlock on 6, Mr. President.
Tell her 1.5 seconds and apologize. Out. Out now, sir. Hi. I'm sorry to keep you, Professor, and I'm so very grateful that you called me back so soon as you did.
I'm sorry about the,
As you can see, and as your companions so amusingly appreciate, I happen to be having my mid-morning massage, Professor. I was endeavoring to make myself a little less unseemly.
It's all right now, Mr. Silts. It was more due to the unexpectedness of you calling me in the first place.
Please, it's Dave. Call me Dave, eh? And may I address you as Emma?
No, you certainly may not, Mr. Silts. We have never met each other, and I do not intend to break the habits of a lifetime merely because you are such a powerful man, sir.
Wow. But that's just fine by me, Professor. They may not be in England anymore, but by God, they're still the English, huh?
There will always be an England, Mr. Silts.
Yeah, maybe they will, Professor. But I am not blessed with your sort of, what you would call it, foresight. Right now, I am more concerned with what is happening right now. And in particular, what happened yesterday at breakfast time in California. A breakfast that I shared with Martina Matilda Masden. Point of fact, Professor, I was just helping myself to some of her juice when she grabbed hold of your short hairs and threatened to close down that whole neat little caboodle that you got going for you over here. You listening?
I'm listening, Mr. Silts.
Now,
I know for sure that she means it. That's the kind of cow she is, Professor. And it's just possible. I calculate the clock and the odds at 9,854 to 1 that she is peeking in at you all right now. In which case, it means bye-bye to any chance of my helping you. And I want to help you.
Ask him why.
Why would someone like you want to help me, Mr. Sills?
Because someone like me... Incidentally, I do so hope that there is no one else like me, which would suggest a slight adjustment in your English grammar, Prof. Because someone such as I might have a certain pecuniary interest of his own to pursue.
I can't imagine what interests we could possibly have.
No. I bet you can't. But here's a simple yes-no situation. We can't chat or release devices without risk to you and your colleagues. But we can chat over lunch. 1 o'clock today, the David Silts room here in this hotel of mine at Hyde Park. At that lunch, I'll guarantee you all the fucking alpha-neo peptide 10 what the fuck ever that you need. Guarantee. So, you come, huh? Today. Take $1, lady. Now.
Yes, I'll be there at 1 o'clock. What am I doing?
Certainly not, Mr. Sills. Girls! Girls! Come here!
Yes, Mr. President.
This time, I want you to grease around an area that I'm very fond of. But it tends to get rather dry all over and overused in California. Know what I mean?
Doesn't matter, does it? I mean, meeting a monster doesn't turn you into one, does it?
Oh, what would have happened to St. George?
I was about to say, before all this, that I made some calls last night. And this morning, I've been trawling with my inadequate nets through every so-called independent foundation or academic center for whatever scraps they might sort of accidentally drop off their table. But how can people of such high IQ be so absolutely blind?
No luck, then.
A few thousand $1,000. Enough for 5 minutes of Daniel Field's brain at full capacity. I'm sorry I didn't tell you I wanted to be the unannounced hero.
Oh, forget it. I feel a bit... Any moment now, I'm going to up-chuck.
No, you're not.
We've got some very vivid stuff. Puzzling at first, but you must catch up on tape.
Yeah, I will.
It drove poor little Kaya away. It was so... Jesus. It was very graphic.
I'm terrified to think how near we came to a blowout. I mean, my God, there must be a treasure house waiting for us in Daniel's head.
Yes, that's what that malignant oaf Silts thinks, too.
Have you seen her, Doctor? Kaya, I mean.
Me?
I mean... Oh, excuse me, I'm just getting worried about her.
I haven't seen her, no. Why should I?
Sorry.
Oh, she's just a silly, over-emotional little... Still, I felt upset myself.
We all did.
Question is, can we reactivate again? Soon, I mean.
Well, the biochemical problem with, quote, memory, unquote, is that there is no one particular cluster of cells in which you can say, okay, there it is. There, we can tap it. Now, as we've come close to overloading exactly those parts of the temporal lobe which, in psychopathic patients, cause fear. fear.
Yes, it is an appropriate word for what his head threw out at us. The vomit of an abused soul.
I think it is relatively safe to try again straight away, but not in the same temporal lobe. Luanda.
Yes?
I'm sure about the particular neuropeptide. Are you sure you can get it to the septal area and the front end of the hypothalamus?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes, but I wish I had Kaya here. She's very deft and exceptionally useful when I try to switch neurotransmitters.
Damn the girl!
I'm not so rusty on that, Luanda. I can put myself under your control and Belinda can help me.
Well, then... Okay, we'll start transpositioning.
How long?
75 minutes.
Right, I'll be able to see some before breaking bread with the devil.
Caviar, more like?
Just take a long spoon.
So while you lot get on with it, and please be careful, let you and I take a little walk.
Walk?
Yeah, you know, it's when you put one leg in front of the other, and then you do the same thing all over again.
Don't be impertinent, girl. Milton has access to a private supply of real coffee. Shall we importune?
No, Emma. I can't stand the man. I'd rather have unfiltered ditch water.
You don't like too many people, do you, Fyodor?
I wouldn't say that.
Is that because you imagine too many of them don't like you?
I have my friends, Professor. But in the social life in general, in this world, in this hell we are making of it, I say no. No, thank you. I'd rather lock myself in my own room and howl on all fours. Is that what you want to walk and talk about? My demeanor in the lab or my private life or something? Is it?
Fyodor.
Because if it is, I propose to proceed not one step further. You understand?
Understood. I want, Actually, I want to talk to you about this lunch with Silts. You know what is likely to be involved as much as I do. I feel I need to get some bearings. The whole idea of any kind of dealing with his mass entertainment business disorientates me. And yet, well, there's all that money. And all those possible doors to open with it. I'm at a complete loss, Fyodor. Am I to be willingly seduced? Or what?
Success!
Smack in the hypothalamus and septal.
Yeah, and I was brilliant, you two.
So what sort of things then?
More television for when children have officially gone to bed. Movies that have...
Let's wait for the big guns.
Books with paper covers.
Emma and Fyodor. Wonder what they found to talk about, those two. I mean, they're not exactly...
Not exactly what, Tony?
Beg your pardon?
Oh, we're buddies, Dr. Watson.
Now, you miserable Slav.
So, you're ready? You've done it?
We've done it.
Right, let the show begin.
Show?
Movies that have kept made. Books with paper covers. Obituaries. Greeting cards.
Would I have seen anything? What you done?
Not unless you had a birthday recently.
Yeah, the 22nd.
22. Oh, my God.
Yeah, getting on a bit, innit?
My life's been given over to writing. Words, fucking words.
Oh.
Words. That's all I've ever been any good at, if I'm any good at all. I've an idea that soon I'm going to find out about that. One way or the other.
What do you mean?
If we go along this balcony, and if that funny little gate thing opens, we can go down past the other balconies.
To the garden, yeah. You like gardens?
I like the word garden. It has the ring of primal innocence.
The what?
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve, that's who we're here today. Adam and Eve, the target. Who's a thing to say? Ho, ho, ho. It's me,
hills, Guy.
What a lovely sound your heels make on this old iron.
Do they? Tom.
I had that sound in one of my stage directions in the last script I finished. Just one of the little things that's been bothering me.
What's it called, your story?
Called Lazarus.
What?
Yeah. Perfectly clean, my dear.
Tom, you're a gent.
As you can see, I've not been feeling too great lately.
What's wrong then?
I've been on the wrong diet, eating and drinking my own thoughts. And I kept hearing what I thought were my lines coming back at me. My own lines. I am on the wrong diet. I am being made to eat and drink my own thoughts. And I keep hearing what I think are my own words and my own life coming back at me. My own life.
Almost as though... It cannot be.
Or are we saying it must not be?
Well, certainly. I mean, it was as near as you can get to a... Well, the word I would normally use is a plea.
Technically, Luanda knows that it is not possible. Not within the scope of the percentage of his brain and activity. And biochemically, I would be forced to the same conclusion. It cannot be that that damaged remnant knows its own condition.
So, to sum up, we know he was an identical twin. We know he was a writer, and it seems a successful one. And there's something else we ought to bear in mind about writers.
And that's?
The fact that they tell stories.
Sorry?
They tell tales. They make things up.
You mean they're liars?
Well, it's something to bear in mind, isn't it?
Attention, attention. Body found on ground immediately below complex. This is a Marsden Science Center Police Command. Stay exactly where you are unless in a scientifically endangered position. Attention, attention. A body has been found beneath the windows of the complex.
Somebody jumped.
Christ, I would if I worked here.
If it is somebody who did the honorable thing, let us hope it is Martina Matilda Masden, over on a quick visit.
Careful, ceilings have ears.
And eyes, and arseholes.
Your lunch, Emma.
Oh, I'm dreading the very...
Please resume activities. The body is not that of an outsider, and it is not booby-trapped. We regret to inform you of the death of MSC personnel number 124549, Kaya Chang of Laboratory A.
Ars longa. Vita brevis.
You! It was you! You!
I am very much afraid to say it is the other way around, Fyodor.
What?
You should not have brought her in to see me. You had had no conversation with her at all, as I was soon to discover. And it is not possible to discuss your funding issue in terms of the public domain in any sense of the word that comes into my territory, Doctor.
Surprised you should even try to begin to coax a farthing piece out of this smooth fellow, Fyodor.
Emma, your assumptions are out of order, dear lady. I help when I can help.
You need to be a speleologist to enter the unfathomable depths of your mind, Mr. Milton.
Speleologist? The word eludes me.
One who studies caves and usually finds nothing more than bat shit. Emma, wait! Kaya.
She was unhappy, Fyodor.
No, the poor
Fyodor, there is nothing we can do about it. What are you doing? Are you trying to accompany me or what? I'll be quite safe, you know. Silts will not rape me, alas.
No one is safe! No one.
Professor Porlock, it is an honor indeed for a Barnum and Bailey such as I to meet so distinguished an expert in the cryogenic sciences.
Goodness. I thought one was supposed to take exercise after one's meal, not before it.
Never mind. Mental gymnastics will shortly be in order.
Taste that and tell me what you think.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Not bad? Not bad? Do you have any idea what you're drinking? A Margot before that region was torched. You know how difficult that is? You know how much this cost?
I wasn't aware price was a taste, Mr. Silts. Forgive my ignorance.
You know something? I like you. And that astonishes me, truly.
Not half as much as it astonishes me.
Okay, let's eat. You want to eat?
If it tastes expensive.
Not a girl.
If you do that again, Mr. Silts, or anything like it...
Okay. I'm sorry. Promise. Promise? Now, I thought maybe cold cherry soup, a Hungarian dish with lots of nice other things.
Fine.
And then keeping the light theme, an all-around-the-world salad with some fruits on a holdover sole. That do?
That will do.
Good. You got that, kitchen?
Got it, Mr. Sills?
The kitchen can hear all this?
They're all too thick to understand a word we're saying anyway. I only employ Irish people down there, you see. Laugh, huh? Try it. It won't hurt.
It's not much of a joke, Mr. Silts.
I suppose not. But no. I buttoned them all out of earshot, eh? Here, under the table. You see? Try one. Press the green one.
Green?
Green.
Well, I kind of hover. In each finance department, I have my own personal agent that works direct to me, outside any form or discipline. And as soon as any one section of any one center makes any one expenditure decision for any one tranche of any one internal subsection budget, I get a coded bleep at once.
Oh, so that was what I heard when I spilled the coffee.
So, you recorded it while you were a guest at her house.
Go on. It won't bite, huh? Eat.
One workroom anywhere in the whole damn place. Look. 29.
29.
That's the place in England. Shit house. 16.
16.
The lab that made the overspend.
And then I saw right into your lab. And then she told me she was going to cut you out completely. So?
So?
So you might as well give that man's head to the zoo. Soup nice?
I'll get the funds from elsewhere. Yes, it's very nice.
Wild cherries.
Oh, get to it, Mr. Sills!
Well, I like it. The soup. And what you're doing, huh? That stuff today, for example. Great.
Today? How the hell do you know what we...
Bye, Blackbird! You've heard of, maybe even seen, Snoop Kestrels? My God. Primitive. My people take things that little bit further. That little bit better. In every communications field that you can think of. Now, we send out a dozen of these, and they almost always get back. The navigational system is, well, it's out of this world. Now, if I fit this in here, you ready for your soul, Professor?
So?
Beg your pardon?
So. I said soul. S-O-U-L.
Oh, come, my dear. Just wait till you see this, huh? And pray to God that Martina Masden doesn't clap her sharp, piggy little mascaras on it first. Just you wait till you hear my offer, Professor. It'll knock you out. I meant, are you ready for your fish, lady?
Fish?